the birdies singing? Birdies singing? Birdies singing? What does a bird say? Bird sing? What does a bird say?
I'll kiss their ears. If they like the music, why aren't they dancing? Seduction from his skill and not from his tears. When he knows the music, not the guitar, what do they hear? The sirens and children that all whisper, that lie between their joy and their fear. They'd blow it all away and leave surrender, if only they could hear what I hear.
The clips that were just shown me cooking that meal, it's like a pork pak choy stir fry rice thing from HelloFresh. So I've been getting my HelloFresh delivered to my mom's house because I try to go there twice a week. My mom is one of those houses where there's never any food. They don't eat bread and shit like that. Like the aliens here to have their strict meals that they eat every single day, but because of that they don't have any food outside of that. Instead of me buying loads of groceries that would go off, I just get HelloFresh delivered to their house because I like to go visit them once or twice a week. So then I have stuff to eat. I have lunch and dinner to eat, you know? And my mom was slagging me when I was cooking that meal. She was going, oh, you're cooking your HelloFresh, is it? You think you're too good for us? I had another plate of the rice and pork and I caught her scoffing it down in the kitchen. So she loved it as well. She said it was tasty. That's my favourite dish. I have ordered that one before, but they're changing out their recipes all the time, so there's always new stuff. And if you want to use my code, if you want to try it out for yourself, my code for 60% off your first box. This discount code actually gets you 60% off your first box, 20% off your next 2 months, and then free desserts for life. Linked in my description. Keelan MF4L. That's Keelan MF4L. I feel like a radio presenter. And it's just real handy because you don't have to plan stuff out. It only sends you to the specific amount that you need, so nothing's going to go off, and everything's always tasty with the freshest ingredients. So especially times when I'm lacking motivation and I'm finding it hard to look after myself, just like to do the normal things, it takes that stress away because it's just easy. It gets delivered to your door. You don't have to plan meals. You don't have to go pick up the ingredients for them, but you have something that's healthy and fresh and something that you kind of cook for yourself, even though it's kind of set out for you anyway. I've been using it since I gave birth. I love it. I recommend it to everyone. I have been finding it really hard to motivate myself to do stuff, and I'm having a really good work month. So my trick now, because every single morning I wake up, it's just dread. So good. Shame, you know, all those, the bad stuff. For the past few months, I've been on an up and up and up and up. Now these things, I know there's always going to be obstacles in my life that I'm going to have to get through. I know that this isn't going to last forever. I'm not looking for sympathy or anything. I'm not looking for reassurance because I know that I'm going to, like, it'll go away. But at the moment, I don't have time to deal with it. I'm like, just fuck off. You know, I don't have time. So I'm like, maybe if I ignore it, it will just go away. My little trick now for when I wake up, I just say, all I have to do is get ready. And then once I get that done, it's like, all I have to do is eat. You know, I just focus one step at a time. Shitty advice, but it seems to be working anyway. I have books on my car now because if she falls asleep in the car, I will read a book, which is way more productive than scrolling my phone. Scrolling on my phone always just makes me feel shit. I feel much more calm. Even though I am a bit down, it's like I'm not as wired. I'm having one of those periods where my brain is not working properly. Like I remember when my baby was first born and she wasn't sleeping, you know, I was up all night basically for 4 or 5 months and my brain felt like it was melting away. I couldn't remember words, I forgot my name a few times. You know, normal shit. Putting milk in the cupboard and putting cereal in the fridge, you know, that kind of shit. And that's been happening to me even though I'm sleeping well. My brain is just, I can't think of words. Whenever I'm talking to new people, I lose every single word in my head and it's almost as if I'm nervous talking to a person. All the words leave me or escape me and I can't think, and I'm usually an articulate person. I love words, I love reading, so it's like I should be able to speak more coherently than I am right now, but I'm just incapable of doing that, or there's something inhibiting me from doing that. I don't know if that's a really specific experience. My hair, look how long it is. Isn't that crazy? It's just boring me a little bit. So it is quite thin, so I need some sort of shape to it. So I was thinking of giving myself a trim tonight. I start a job basically at the end of May, so I kind of have to pre-film a lot of stuff. And I have my first cover shoot on Wednesday. I'm going to be on the cover of something, which is so fun. I've never been asked. Have I been asked? No, I don't think so. But I think the interview is based off of like making connections and organising events and stuff, because I have been doing, I am a big believer if no opportunities are arising for you, just make them yourself, which you kind of have to do in Dublin because there's not much going on. When you live in London, there's something on every single day. If you have an idea, it's probably happening in London somewhere. Whereas in Dublin, there's so many people that want to do things. And I was already having this idea. I was going back and forth with my managers. I'd love to make, I wanted to do something book related, but then also like an environment where people could make friends. I was like, why don't we do speed dating but with friends and a book swap? Because I'm a sort of person, when I'm meeting a new person, I want to have something I can talk about straight off from the get-go that's outside of myself. Book swap and speed dating in the same event. This was with my understanding. Maybe it didn't even work this way, but if you have a conversation starter, obviously as soon as you arrive you're going to feel less anxious and you're going to be more comfortable much quicker. So I thought, if you're bringing 2 books, it's a great conversation starter. What books did you bring? What are they about? Did you like them? What books did you get? You know, it's a great conversation starter. And then obviously people coming to these events, if they're going to a book swap and a friend speed friending, they're usually going to have similar interests. It was actually a huge success, to be honest. It went way better than I thought it would, because I'm quite, but when it comes to making new friends, I feel like I am really awkward. I think that's why I always think I'm making people uncomfortable, or I can't read social cues that well, and I don't have boundaries. Then because of that I get so nervous that I don't really speak, because I'm scared of overstepping the line. Does that make sense? So when I was organising this event, obviously I'm going alone as well. I had such a good time. It almost seemed like everybody who came already knew each other, because everyone was so comfortable and there was so much like chat going on. I genuinely thought all these people knew each other already, but genuinely the majority of people, I think there was obviously a couple of people that came in twos, but the majority of people came on their own, and were just, because everyone was there for the same reason, I suppose everyone was a bit more open and there was less fear of rejection. So it was such a wholesome, fun time. Being honest, it was one of my favourite events I've ever been to, and I feel like you know when you're like patting yourself on the back, I feel like a genius that I organised it. You know, I was like, this was such a good idea. I think I've said this in a video before, I get ideas all the time, but the majority of the time they're stupid. I'll say to a few people, like my accountant for example loves hearing my business. I don't know if he obviously doesn't watch my videos, but he loves hearing my business ideas, and he'll be like, no, too much risk. Or he'll be like, you need too much investment, it's not going to work. Whereas I did have that one I've had 2 business ideas where I've said to him and he was like, this is fantastic, you know. So it's a real boost, especially when someone knows the financial smarts. So I've always had that in me where I'm like, I want to do my own thing all the time, or like make something or bring people together. So it was really a fun opportunity to be able to do that. And I've had the past few months, now I had one business idea that is actually in motion. So, but they're also kind of hobbies at the same time, because when I have an idea, it's like something that I would like as a service available to me. So then I'm like, will I just do it myself? Do you know? Anyway, now a lot of these things that we start, especially in my family, they don't come to fruition, mostly because I think mine derives from a fear of failure, definitely, because it's like once I get to the end of something, or it's like about to launch, or in the past year I've done a lot of work on it. where I don't get that anymore. If you have a fear of failure, it's really hard to move forward. Like for example, I always get the thought before I announce an event or a podcast show that no one is going to buy a ticket. I'm sorry, how? I would be so embarrassed. And that's not even for myself and my own shame. It's more like what other people think of me. And I am very like, I can brush things off to a certain extent. Obviously I don't care what people think of me, but obviously sometimes it's going to get to you. So with those sort of things, I do always get the fear, but I'm able to quieten it down in my head and tell it to shut up. Sorry, the washing machine is going in the back. And we wouldn't have such amazing things in the world if everyone had that mindset of like, oh, what's the point? It's just going to fail. No one wants this. I'm stupid. So I really try to, even if I do fail, it's all a learning experience, and I've always learned the most from my failures. You get something out of it anyway, regardless if it's perceived as a success or not. Yeah, so the self-care club, did I even continue this? I don't love the name self-care club. It just kind of I was just in a rush to get it out. I don't love the name because I don't know if it encapsulates what the actual thing is. It was just a first, maybe I should have been self-love club. I don't fucking know. Friendship club. I'm not good at the name, so I'm gonna have to ask. I usually ask my close friends to work. I might ask my mom actually, because she is really good at that sort of stuff. I might be changing the name soon, but it was just for the start to get the first one going. To be honest, I didn't know that it would go so well. So I've sold out the second one now, and then there was a lot of interest for one in Belfast and London, Galway and Cork. So I think I'm gonna do Belfast first, and then I'm gonna try to do London in June. Oh yeah, so I got this. You know, I love e.l.f. I got the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand Contour because I have the Beauty Wand beauty base, and I love that. So I needed a new contour. All my makeup is still at my dad's house, and I'm obviously too awkward to go back and be like, I'm picking up the rest of my stuff. I got the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand Contour in medium tan, and it's so bad. It's watery, it's so patchy, and I've used it like on different bases with different tools, like a brush and a sponge, and it just looked shit every single time. But I did get the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand in blush. To be honest, this only looks good if you do a tiny bit on top of your already existing blush. Like you can't really use this on its own, because again the formula is kind of similar to the contour, where it's a bit watery, so it only works if you do it over blush, if that makes sense. And I just blended it with my finger, and then it's obviously not patchy because it's just over another blush. But now they're not expensive at all. I think it was like €7 or something, but it was, yeah, just really disappointing. But I did get the e.l.f. Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist. I love their setting mist. I usually use the blue Stay All Night Blue Light Micro Setting Mist. The blue light I think is actually better, but I couldn't find it, so I got the Stay All Night. But it's so good because I don't wear that much powder, so I need a really good setting mist to make sure that my makeup doesn't slide all over my face. Yeah, so these are actually brilliant, and I've used a lot of setting sprays before because I don't like using powder. Yeah, I love these too. I'm going to Belfast this weekend. Then next weekend I'm going camping with Jason and B, and then the weekend after that I'm going to Galway for my granny's 90th birthday, but she doesn't know who I am, and she hates leaving the nursing home, so I don't know actually how good that will be. With where I'm living as well, I'm always in my car because I don't really live near it. Like I'm not walking distance to a park even, so I have to drive to go to a park. So I've been trying out different parks now. I'm always in the car for about 40 minutes before I'm anywhere, which is actually really bad. But to be honest, B loves the car because I play in the nursery rhymes, so she actually has a buzz, and I've done this thing now where she's obsessed with stickers, so it's actually so fun. I'm always, anytime I'm doing something, I'm like, this was such a good idea, I'm actually a genius. So basically she's obsessed with stickers, so I bought this multi-pack of stickers, like 100, I got like 100 set. So one page of stickers had, well it's not, they're like sheets. So one sheet has animals, one sheet has vehicles, you know, all that. So I have about 100 stickers, but they're not that sticky. That's the key thing. You don't want them really, you know what, they're really, really sticky, and they're like, you can't even peel them off a wall, they're just ripping, and then it leaves like a sticky residue. These are kind of a lightweight because I got specific toddler stickers. I don't know if that makes a difference, but anyway, the glue is different, so it's not that sticky. So anyway, when she's in her car seat, I give her a piece of cardboard, or I'll just give her like a nursery book, you know, one of her board books, so she can read it as well if she wants to. But then I'll give her a sheet of stickers, and she can peel them off and put them on the book. She has such a good time, and she's like quiet there for half an hour singing along to the music. She's having such a good time. And then once we were stuck in the car because, what were we doing? Oh yeah, we were like having ice cream or something at the seafront. So I gave her a sheet of stickers and let her put them on the dashboard. She couldn't believe it. Now I have stickers covering all my gear stick. Now in fairness, they do peel off and it doesn't leave sticky residue or anything. It's grand. Now I actually feel really bad at the moment because she really wants someone to play with. It's actually breaking my heart. Obviously I'm not going to have another baby, but it's really breaking my heart because during the week I do so many activities. Like I'm absolutely burnt out by Friday because I'm doing 2 activities a day with my daughter. Like we'll go to a new park, you know, in the first half of the day, then it's nap time, then the second half of the day I'm doing exploring and messy fun, I'm doing, you know, loads of things. So I'm always make sure that she is entertained, but then when we get back home she really wants someone to play with. She's not the type, like she's not really an independent player, and obviously sometimes I have to do stuff. I will play with her as much as I can, but also I don't have that in me where I'm like good at playing. I was never good at it when Cora used to always, my little sisters used to always get me to play with her as well when she was a toddler, and I would do it. I would sit there, I'd be like, you tell me the rules, I know what's going on, but I don't have that creative imagination in me where I can start a game, or like I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know exactly what it is. Even as a child, now I'm sure I did play, but any of the, you know, I have loads of old family videos, and in all of them my sisters would be playing with my brother and I was always on my own in a different room. Like it would pan to me in a different room. So I don't know if I've always been like that where like I don't want to play. Anyway, so I'm not good with the whole playing thing. I would just kind of sit there I'm uncomfortable, to be honest. So I feel so bad that she has no one to play with. Like it really, really breaks my heart. I wish she had a neighbour or something that she could go, I don't know, do you know what I mean? Or like people on the road. She's obviously not old enough to do shit like that, but you know. And all my man friends, you know, working Monday to Friday. I've actually had such a good time talking to you there. I had a lovely day on Sunday. Me and Jason are obsessed with Manny on Drury Street. Like now I've been there before when I went for a drink with my sister. I don't know if other people in Dublin will know what I'm talking about, but remember we went through a phase of everyone was obsessed with burritos, and it was like Tolteca v Boojum, and there was just loads of burrito places popping up all over the place. And then we were obsessed with donuts, and there was just loads of and I thought it was a money laundering thing, like, you know, those sweet shops in London. There was too many donut shops. It made absolutely no sense. Like there's no fucking way that people are eating that many donuts. And then they all closed down, and then now people are obsessed with pizza. So there's all these pizza places opening up. This new place called Manny opened up on Drury Street, and I always see, because I always get coffee in Industry that's right next to it. I saw it all the time, but I was like, oh, there's probably not a vegan option. Because I'm allergic to dairy. So anyway, I went in one day. No, I saw it on a TikTok. I saw the owner of the Saucy Cow. Do you know the Saucy Cow? Do you know the Saucy Cow? They do all the vegan burgers. Oh my god, the Saucy Cow! If you haven't tried it, the vegan burgers. It's in Temple Bar somewhere, but you can also get it. They do have delivery. They do have delivery. When I lived in Drumcondra, I'd always get the Saucy Cow. They do vegan burgers and like these waffle fries. Oh, so good. But I saw on her TikTok she was like eating out for a day as a vegan, and the place Cookie Boy, I'm like obsessed with Dublin now just because I know I have to move soon. So I'm like going to all the places all the time. Like I drive in probably 3 days a week. But there's more stuff going on in Dublin than there is where I'm living at the moment. So anyway, so she had up a picture of the Cookie Boy place. They do a vegan Biscoff cookie, and then she had a picture up of it's like a vegan focaccia. Oh my god, it's actually it's so good. It's a vegan focaccia slice with sliced potato and rosemary and olive oil. Oh, with the garlic dip. Oh. I went in, was it Friday or Saturday? Me, Jason and B went in for some reason. Oh yeah, because the cover shoot, Jason's actually so good, like on a friend level, because I was stressing out that I didn't have anything to wear for the shoot that's on Wednesday, because it was a quick turnaround. Anyway, so it was on Wednesday, so he was like, let's go into town and we'll go find something. So anyway, we went to Manny on Drury Street. I was like, Jason, I think you'll actually really like this. So anyway, we went in, he got the carbonara slice and I got the focaccia potato slice. Where else did I go? Oh, I met a girl actually at the self-care club, and I ended up going for dinner and drinks with her on that Saturday. Like I'd met her for the first time. I made a friend, guys, I know. So we went out for dinner and drinks on the Saturday in Bonobo, and I got the vegan pizza, and the margaritas were really nice. I had like three margaritas and the vegan pizza with the garlic dip. It was really nice. I don't know if there was vegan cheese on it. It just seemed like it was like courgette. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing for the past few days. Enjoy the rest of the video. Open, shut down, give a little clap, clap, clap. I'm gonna make some porridge. My mom is the best person at making porridge ever. So I just used her recipe, sort of. We'll double the amount of the milk as oats they use. And this is for me, Jason, and the baby, so good milk. Peekaboo. I see you. 1, 2. I see you. Peekaboo. I see you. Mama want the big boo? Okay. Dada, where are you? He'll be out soon, Lovey. I promise. Dada, where are you? We go knock on his door and ask him. Honey? You want me to come?
So it's almost nice. Here we go. Yeah, no, peek-boo. Thanks, Peter.
Okay.
For all your work for making me a beautiful breakfast. I always appreciate your time.
The baby swim?
Yeah.
For her or you?
So I just want to put the
Oh, right, sorry, yeah. It's coming, baby. I know. I'm sorry.
It's here.
What's this?
Oh no.
Which one's going to be the seal? What's the seal say?
Hi guys. So I've just made myself breakfast. Stunning. Dippy egg. So I fried this in olive oil. I love olive oil fried bread is my favorite food ever. Dipped into a runny egg and then salted tomatoes on top of sourdough toast with vegan cream cheese. Dayton's apartment is stunning, isn't it? He's done such a good job. Obviously I did up our daughter's room and her bathroom, but there's like still a few things I need to finish up, so I'm going to paint her bathroom pink and get her maybe another rug or something for her bedroom and stuff to hang up on the walls. And then I need to get like a chest of drawers to be able to put away my clothes because they're kind of just all over the place because there's not enough storage for them. Anyway, I'm going to go run through the books I've been reading this month. So I started out the month reading this Normal Woman by Ainsley Hogarth, and Jason was asking me about it last night. I didn't realise how much I loved it until I was explaining to him the story. So basically it's about a woman who's just had a baby and she has her mom group, she goes out for brunch, she's a stay-at-home mother, but then I suppose it coincides sort of with her postpartum anxiety. I think that's kind of what it feels like, and she's getting intrusive thoughts and then thinking, I need to be able to make an income without my husband. I need to be financially independent. So then it takes her to like crazy places as to how she thinks that she can make money because she feels that she's an unskilled person. And also she feels like an outsider, I suppose, in her group, which is where the title comes from, Normal Women, where she doesn't feel like a normal woman and she feels like a weirdo and kind of like, why aren't the other girls in my group thinking the same way I am? I'm halfway through. It's so good though. I love Ainsley Hogarth and I'm actually learning a lot from it. Even though it is a novel, I feel like you gain such alternative perspective because a lot of the novels I've been reading, it doesn't feel like you're talking to other people, or it feels like I'm reading a story that maybe I've already read before, whereas this one, it really feels like it's giving me a different perspective. It's funny. She's such a good writer as well. It's like encouraging me to write. I'm learning new words. She's so talented. I think she's actually one of my favorite authors and I want to read all of her books now. If you read Mother Thing, I put it on my story before, this is much better, and I already love Mother Thing. This is much better than Mother Thing. The reason why I took a break from Normal Women is because I had to review this for like something on mainstream media, so I had to then go to this, and it is very much like a poetry book. It's really strange the way it's written, but it's because she writes in like stream of consciousness, sort of like James Joyce, I would say. That's the only thing that I feel like is comparable. Everything is happening in real time, and it also includes her thoughts, people cutting across her, but there's no like dialogue, inverted dialogue quotations, so it's kind of difficult to keep track of, but it's so like lyrical, and it really gets you into the story, makes you feel like you're living it because it's so stream of consciousness writing in real time. So I really liked this, but I don't think it's for everyone. It took me ages to read it. Like, it took me a good 2 weeks, and it's only 200 pages because it's very much like poetry where you have to really think about it. Get that if you take a break from it as well, you really have to get back into the swing of it. And then at the start of April I finished this Ordinary Human Failings. I think this only took me about 2 days to read. Not one of my favourites. I preferred Acts of Desperation from Megan Nolan, but maybe that's because there was no like real love story in it. I don't know. Something was missing for me. I wanted someone to have sex. Do you know that kind of way? It was like she was edging you, but it was still 4 stars, like a really well written, really good story, family dysfunction sort of mystery. So I'm just gonna do some work now. Baby is at her nana's house. I need to research my podcast. I hope everyone's having a nice day.